Country Fried Goth here. So it has been a hot minute since I did a vlog. I actually have already recorded this, but so I took the SD card out of my camera and I took it in the living room so I could edit the footage and everything, but it's gone. It has just like vanished into thin air. So I'm like, okay, so I got my other SD card out and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just re-record it with this. So I put it in and it said the card was full. And I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. It's been a while since I've used it. Maybe I never got around to pulling the stuff I recorded off of that. So I go to look at the images and there's none. Like the card is empty, but my camera is reading it as full. And I'm like, fuck, because that's what happened to every single other SD card I had. Like, I don't know why it happens this way, but sometimes whenever I take my video files and move them from the card to my computer, and then whenever I delete stuff on the card when it's plugged into my computer, it just screws it up royally. And I must have forgotten, and I must have done that because now my card was screwed up. Had to go to Walmart and I bought 3 SD cards. So school, I only have like a few more weeks left. I've had a lot of people ask me if, you know, during the summer if I'm gonna go work full time so I can save up money, and the answer to that is hell no. I am not going back full time at my job because I hate it so much. I actually had a really bad breakdown a couple weekends ago, and I pretty much told the director and a couple supervisors that I hated it. I went in there on Tuesday and tried to talk to the director about stepping down from cook and being moved somewhere else. So I don't know like what's gonna happen now. All I know is that I hate it. Just like 100% hate it. As it stands right now, working weekends, I make enough to cover my bills and everything. So that's kind of like where I want to keep it. As far as like getting a job with my degree, I will have my legal studies degree in December, but I'm not done with school. And this is kind of where like a lot of people are like confused because they're like, you're just gonna be a professional student because like you can't make up your mind on what you want to do. That's not it. The whole reason I went into the paralegal field was because I wanted to make contracts for a record company, because music has always been my like #1 passion and love. And I'm like, well, you know, I could be on the legal end and still like be involved with an atmosphere that I love. So that's what I was doing, but I didn't realize until after I had already like finished. Say it was like in like a couple weeks into like this like the spring 2018 semester, I did not know that they cut the contract law class. And since that's what I want to be doing, like I kind of need to take that class so I know what I'm doing, and they don't have it. And then I'm just like, well, fuck. And I was told the reason for that was because they interviewed a lot of the law firms like in my town, and a lot of the paralegals don't handle a whole lot of contracts, so they cut it. So I'm enrolled in this program and they don't have the class I need. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, whenever I re-enroll in fall 2018, I won't be a legal studies major anymore. Well, the thing that kind of kept me on that is I only have to take 2 more legal classes, which is investigation and tort law and probate, which probate is the section of the law that deals with like wills and trusts and that kind of stuff. So basically I'm like, okay, I only have to take 2 more legal classes and I have my degree, so like why stop? So I'm gonna be finishing my degree in December. I'm not gonna go work at a law firm. I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do. Finding a job that would work like with my degree that will work around my school schedule is going to be extremely difficult because I want to get my bachelor's in journalism, and then I want to also kind of like double major in commercial music management and production. I have enough music under my belt now that I don't think I have to do all of the like filler kind of stuff where you have to have so many hours of a private lesson, so many hours of ensemble performance and everything like that. Basically, all I have to do is take the classes that teach me how to run like the production side of things, like the soundboard and all that kind of stuff. The thing that's gonna be hard is I use Logic. I am very familiar with Logic whenever I do my music stuff, and they use Pro Tools. I don't know how similar and different they are. I haven't really looked into it, but that's what I'd be taking. The reason why I'm wanting to get my bachelor's in journalism, this is what I tell people. So by the time I'm all done with school and I apply at a record label, they could put me on the legal end of things because I will have my legal studies degree, and I'd be able to help out with the lawyers and the copyright stuff and all that kind of stuff. Or if they need somebody to run their website and write articles and all that kind of stuff, they could put me on that end because I'll have my degree in journalism. Or if they need somebody to kind of step in for a little bit on the production end and mastering tracks, I could do that because I'll have my degree in that as well. So it is a lot of schooling, and it looks very like spastic in the fact that like one is like very artsy and the other one is like very like rigid and legal. But it's all gonna come together. It's gonna take me, I think maybe 3 years or 2.5 years to get it all done. That's kind of like where school is. The only really extracurricular thing that I'm doing is I am taking German, and I am so excited. That's just like my heritage, and that's how I see it, and I'm really excited. I was gonna take Japanese, but as neat as I think that would be to learn, the reason why I wanted to take that is because in my area we have 2 Toyota plants, and they offer very high paying jobs for the people who could like look at their business and legal documents and translate them from English to Japanese and kind of like do all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh well, that's what I should do. Since Danielle doesn't want to move away from this area for a while, I'm like, well, that'd be something really high paying and it'd be awesome. But then I kind of stepped back and I realized that I have to retake a science class with a lab, and I have to retake math because I'm very bad at math. I was thinking, you know, right now with the foreign language credit, I'm at 20 credit hours. With the math, I would be at 24. I'm like, do I really want to sit there and try and learn a language that has 3 different alphabets? I'm like, no. I'm actually enrolled in German. The kind of thing that they don't really know about that is whether it's going to be like face-to-face or if it's going to be online. I had this problem whenever I was in college the first time. I was really interested in taking German because, you know, it is my heritage and everything. Robinson did not have a lot of people interested in taking German. You know, everybody wanted to take Spanish. But the reason that they said that the class might be online is because there's not a high interest in it, which I kind of credit that to the fact that the high schools here in town offer German. So that's where I'm at with school and work. Videos. I'm kind of running behind on the Gaming Tuesday. It's because I've noticed kind of like a drop in viewing. We were doing Until Dawn, but long story short, all of the data for it got corrupted in one form or another, and we had already beat it. The reason why we wanted to get that one just like in one take was because we wanted our like legit reactions, because we knew there was bombshells that were gonna happen in the story. So we didn't really want to replay that game. So then we downloaded the Stick of Truth, and that game, like I was kind of iffy about like making videos with it because it's one of those games where like it has a plot, but then again it doesn't. Like there's not a lot of gameplay in the sense that like most of the time it's just you like walking around fighting people and it's not like very interesting to watch. That's why I think that would be more of a streaming game, but once again, still waiting for Streamlabs OBS for Mac to come out. Once that happens, we will really get into like kicking Twitch into gear, and we will stream games like South Park, Stick of Truth, and all that kind of stuff. Really, we don't have a whole lot of games that are really different. You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to find a game that actually has a storyline, has chapters, has everything else, because the rest of them are just pretty much like streamable. You know, like I thought about doing a Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot, but again, that's not really interesting to watch. Oh, so, as far as like the vlogs go, I don't think I've touched base on this. I know in my New Year's resolution vlog, I said that I was going to try and like stick to a schedule and film and like edit and everything was gonna be fine. But I ran out of ideas. And in one of my vlogs, I don't remember which one it was, I feel like it was a fairly newer one, I had somebody comment on it that said I should take you guys on tours of like cemeteries, abandoned buildings, and all that kind of stuff. There are lots of like really awesome cemeteries in my area, and there's lots of creepy kind of areas. Usually after class, unless I have a bunch of homework to do, I go on drives and I try and find areas that would be good for, you know, like some type of vlog or video or something. I refuse, like the reason why I'm not really sticking to my schedule is because a lot of my vlogs are kind of like, watch me open my mail and do this stuff. And it's not that those are a bad thing, but it's just like, I know that you guys like seeing content from me, and I know that you guys like me keeping you updated on my life and everything else, but I refuse to be another one of those channels that churns out shit vlogs every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday just because I said I was going to post a video every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Not happening. I would rather post videos and vlogs that actually have like a storyline or substance, you know, like once a month, rather than like post like really regularly and have them be crap. That's why like I've gotten several packages in the mail since, but I haven't opened them on camera because I feel like I've done enough of those for a while. So I'm kind of like backing off of that. Another thing that I am planning is more Country Fried Crafts videos. I love the DIY aspect of the goth subculture, and I know that so many like YouTube channels and podcasts and, you know, like whatever have said, you know, that with these goth name brand clothing companies coming in, like the DIY aspect is kind of gone, because, you know, like in the 80s, you didn't have Killstar, Dolls Kill, you didn't have Punk Rave or Good Goth. I get a lot of my craft ideas off of Pinterest. Any kind of like mom craft that you can think of can be made goth. So that's kind of what I try and do. And then the Country Fried covers. The Country Fried covers are coming, I swear to God. I actually recorded a cover of The Love Cats by The Cure with my green screen, but all of the footage was really, really bad. And I cannot stand listening to that song now because I spent, I think, 4 hours in this room recording shit with a green screen, and it was just a bad time for everybody. Oh, my goth in the legal world thing. The thing with this is the first one that I'm trying to do is very controversial. It does cover the West Memphis 3 trial. It took place in '93, but long story short, these 3 kids were arrested and charged with the murder of these 3 little boys, and it's just horrific and graphic that like the things that the coroner said like happened to these little boys. There's a whole documentary on it called Paradise Lost. There's Paradise Lost 2. The thing that I'm trying to keep in mind with this goth in the legal world thing is I'm only using resources that you guys have access to, because since I am a legal studies student, I have access to LexisNexis, which is a legal database, and I have access to Westlaw, which is another legal database. But you guys don't have access to that, and I want to try and keep it like as even as possible so you guys can research this stuff on your own time if you want, and you can see like the things that I found. You can like interpret things the way that you want to by reading the cases and the briefs. I'm trying to keep it to where the cases involve either the person on trial being labeled as goth, or you know, the media labeling the person on trial goth, or the person just openly admitting to be like, yes, I'm part of the goth subculture and I did this terrible thing. Just as kind of like a perspective as to like how really times have changed. I want to try and do like a timeline, which I know is going to be really, really hard. I mean, a lot of these cases have to do with Marilyn Manson, which is, you know, not surprising. So yeah, that's pretty much where everything is with my life right now. More things to come. Just remember that it's free to be nice and don't be a dick. Bye, guys. My cat is going crazy under my desk. Guys, fucking quit.